Welcome, my name is Francisco Diaz and I'm going to briefly present the results of the paper entitled An Overview of Powertrain Types and Market Share for Passenger Cars on the Modernization of the Transport Sector. The main hypothesis of this study is based on the idea that the decarbonization of the transport sector that accounts for 25% of total greenhouse emissions in Europe, cannot be based only on hybrids and electrical vehicles, but it should consider an heterogeneity of technologies, since autonomy and performance requirements are various and depend on the usage of the car. So what are the findings of the paper? First, in regard of powertrains, the conventional and still predominant topology for passenger cars is the internal combustion engine cars. Simple, robust and reliable topology accounting on direct power transfer from the thermal motor to the wheels through a clutch and a transmission block. Then we have hybrid topologies. The idea here is to combine the power from a thermal motor with the output of an electrical propulsion set. There are different topologies for hybrids. The one shown here is the series parallel topology, or as named, power split topology. Power to wheels can come from just the thermal motor, the electrical one, or both, while also recharging the battery of the car for regenerative braking. Apart from this power split topology, we found series hybrids and parallel hybrids. In turn, there are different levels of hybridization, so from mild hybrids to full and plugged-in hybrids. In mild hybrids, the car is equipped with a battery barely exceeding 1 kWh in energy, so it is used for just starting up the thermal motor after a traffic light and while coasting for energy efficiency. Instead, for plugged-in hybrids, the battery can reach up to 15 to 20 kWh usually, so it can run the car only in electrical mode for 80 kilometers, depending on the car, of course. So finally we have pure electrical vehicles, robust and simple topology that relies on a crucial and controversial component sometimes, the battery. This should provide enough capacity for the required autonomy that can reach even about 600 kilometers for high-end cars nowadays. So, addressing sustainability, and from the review of the data of 20 passenger cars evaluated in the paper, the specific consumption metric that relates the energy needed to move 1 kilogram of vehicle for 100 kilometers gets lower with higher levels of electrification. That is, this metric is worse for internal combustion engine vehicles than for mild hybrids, and it is worse for mild hybrids than for full hybrids, and so on. So the inclusion of electrical traction into the vehicle makes it less intensive in energy consumption. This is one of the reasons, one of the slogans, to make the transport sector as electrical. A final remark here is about the CO2 emissions of car types. In the paper, we found that to effectively minimize emissions, especially in urban areas, plugged-in hybrids and pure electrical vehicles are the effective options. In fact, only plugged-in hybrids and full electrical vehicles, so not mild hybrids and even full hybrids, accounts for a sensible reduction on emissions compared to the internal combustion engine cars. So, well, bearing in mind the above technologies, the next question we addressed in the paper is: what is the market share in Europe for passenger cars? Are electrical vehicles dominating the modernization of the transport sector, or is a variety of technologies involved on this? The results are shown in the following graph. The large yellow and blue parts are for internal combustion engine cars, diesel and petrol respectively. In 2017, 95% of total passenger cars under consideration were based on petrol and diesel engine-based powertrains. This percentage decreased down to 88% in 2023, and this decrement, nearly 7 points, is because of the incorporation of hybrids and full electrical vehicles in European roads. In particular, roads incorporated 11.6 million hybrids and pure electrical vehicles in the last 6 years. So we conclude that the transformation of the transport sector is still incipient but clearly dominated by these technologies. So, thanks for your attention.